This story is adapted from a story told by Abdu'l-Baha. There was once a king who went out traveling about his kingdom in the clothes of a poor and humble man, in order to observe the conditions of his people. Eventually, he journeyed into the desert, where he soon became tired, hot, and thirsty. Luck was with him, however, as he reached the door of an Arab tent. The Arab found him outside, exhausted from heat, thirst, and hunger, and pulled him inside into the shade. When the king had revived, he asked the Arab for food and drink, which was duly brought to him. The king now regretted traveling in disguise and wished he was back in his palace. He wished to have the Arab help him to return, but fearing that the Arab would not believe him if he announced who he was straight away, he decided to broach the subject gradually. "Do you know who I am?" he asked the Arab as he ate. "Indeed no," replied the Arab. "Then I must tell you that I am a soldier in the army of the king." The Arab replied courteously that he was delighted to be able to help a brave man. The king ate and drank some more. "Do you really know who I am?" he asked again. "No," replied the Arab. "Who are you then, sir?" "In reality, I am a minister in the king's council." "I am honored," replied the Arab graciously, "to be able to aid so distinguished a statesman." A little more food and drink, and the king again asked, "Do you know who, in fact, I am?" "Well, sir, tell me again," responded the Arab with a sigh. "Now I tell you, in very truth, I am the king himself," proclaimed the king. The Arab could stand it no more. Rising to his feet, he took the food and drink from the king. "Why are you doing that?" asked the king, astonished. "Because," answered the Arab, patiently, "I am sure that if you eat and drink any more, you will tell me next that you are a prophet of God, and next that you are God Almighty himself. It is better, therefore, for you to stop now before you tell me any more lies." The truth can be a very funny thing. Sometimes the truth can be so astounding, so astonishing, so extraordinary that you might feel it is better to tell a watered-down version or beat about the bush for fear of sounding ridiculous. Discretion and wisdom need to be exercised on a case-by-case basis, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it is interesting how the messengers of God and their early believers never shied away from proclaiming the unadulterated truth, even to an unbelieving world. May we also follow suit and be bold in our proclamation of the new faith of God for this day. Let us, with unwavering hearts, declare the faith of Baha'u'llah, even to a skeptical world. For there are those souls destined to hear the truth in its purest form from you and I, if we but boldly play our part.